I hear you, LeBron, but I didn't forget what you said last month. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about LeBron James, star basketball player of the LA Lakers, asking a valid question about Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones and Brooklyn Nets star basketball player Kyrie Irving. Now, as I said, I think what he's asking here is valid. However, I didn't forget what he said last month about Kyrie Irving. I think that he's trying to gain redemption for himself for throwing Kyrie under the bus. And before I get into it, let's get into the most recent clip. If you want to hear these clips in full without my commentary, the link, as always, will be in the description box. But let's go ahead and roll it.
I got one question for you guys before you guys leave. I was thinking when I was on my way over here, I was wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that.
Now, let's pause right there. If you don't remember about the Jerry Jones photo, here is a quick recap, okay? This is Jerry Jones back in 1957 in North Little Rock High School during desegregation. These white kids, white young men, white boys were blocking the path of black young men and boys trying to get into the school, okay? Now, Jerry Jones came out and said he was just kind of observing a curious 14-year-old, 15-year-old, however old he was, as a young man, and he wasn't really trying to, he's glad that we're beyond that particular point in time. Someone said that it's unexcusable, it's inexcusable, he's a racist and whatnot. Regardless of what, this is a really big topic of discussion. Jerry Jones, billionaire, owner of the Dallas Cowboys, it's a big discussion. So that's what LeBron is referring to. He's saying, hey, you guys have not asked me about that, but you're asking me about Kyrie Irving and the whole Hebrews to Negroes thing that he put on his Twitter page talking about, is he anti-Semitic or what? But let's continue with what LeBron has to say here.
Okay. Hold on. And I don't even want you guys to say nothing. When I watch Kyrie talk and he says, I know who I am, but I want to keep the same energy when we're talking about my people and the things that we've been through. And that Jerry Jones photo is one of those moments that our people, black people, have been through in America. And I feel like as a black man, as a black athlete, as someone with power and a platform, when we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid, every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's asked about every single day. But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago and we all make mistakes, I get it. But it seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened. Okay, we just move on. And I was just kind of disappointed that I haven't received that question from you guys. Appreciate it.
Now, here's a few things, okay, because there's a lot to unpack there, quite a bit to unpack. Let me come back so you can see me clearly. Quite a bit to unpack. Now, before we get into the previous video, we're talking about Kyrie Irving in a not so nice way. Let's address this. What he said here is valid. You guys asked me about Kyrie Irving and the Hebrews to Negroes video, what was that, documentary and or movie that he posted on his Twitter without comment, didn't say anything about anybody of a particular race or ethnic group or whatever, or religion, didn't say a word. He was just trying to find out more about himself and his own heritage, is all he said. In subsequent conferences, when he was asked about it, hey, why'd you post that? Did you know it was anti-Semitic or whatever? He's just saying, hey, I'm trying to find out more about me. It's not about anybody else. So LeBron's question is valid. Now, some are going to say, well, Jerry Jones is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. That's a football team. It's not about basketball. Kyrie Irving is a basketball player, the same as LeBron, and he's also LeBron's former teammate, so it makes sense to ask. Well, I see that point of view, but you got to understand this is LeBron James talking about. They asked LeBron about everything and anything. It's basketball related, not basketball related, politically related. They ask him about pretty much everything, okay, especially the Dallas Cowboys, because LeBron was a Cowboys fan. As a matter of fact, some press people asked him about not being a Cowboys fan anymore back at the end of October of this year, just recently. And back then he said that he has moved on from the Cowboys and gone to being a Cleveland Browns, which is where he's from, a Cleveland Browns fan, because of their stance on kneeling. Since they're anti-kneeling and he's pro-kneeling, then he's no longer a Cowboys fan. And that was the thing that was asked of him by the press during an NFL game. I think it was on a Thursday night game during halftime. He has his show, the podcast called The Shop. They did a live episode of The Shop, and they asked him that right there on camera. And when he gave his answer, it became a news story. So you're going to ask him about news stories that involve him, even if they're not necessarily related to basketball. The same thing they did with Kyrie Irving, because when the Hebrews and Negroes thing came out, that's not basketball related. That's not about any of his old teammates. That's not about the Brooklyn Nets, but it's a story about Kyrie Irving, and they're going to ask it the same way they ask LeBron about the Cowboys and why he's not a fan anymore during NBA press conferences. But the Jerry Jones thing is not even touched when that would add context. Would it be the easy question? Hey, LeBron, aren't you vindicated right now by no longer being a Cowboys fan because of the whole kneeling thing? Then they add this as well. Does this further your point? Are you vindicated about not being a Cowboys fan anymore because of the quote unquote racist photo from Jerry Jones? I'm not saying it's racist, but I'm saying they may say it's racist and they may pose a question that way. It's a natural question to ask. So what they're saying here is, well, what LeBron is saying, not the reporters, what LeBron is saying or asking here is valid and legitimate. Now, here's the other part of that. Here's the other part. Now, I think LeBron is trying to get back in the good graces of the black community, of the basketball world, of maybe some friends and family, including Kyrie Irving, his former teammate back in Cleveland, because he threw Kyrie Irving under the bus when the whole Hebrews to Negro story first came out. Let's take a look back at early November of this year when this story came out. And notice he's wearing a Jackie Robinson hat. Very, very interesting. Let's keep on going here with the video. Let's go ahead and roll it.
I can tell you it's simple. Me personally, I don't condone any hate to any kind, to any race, to Jewish communities, to black communities, to Asian communities. You guys know where I stand, and it's part of the reason why I didn't air the Shop episode, why we kicked that.
So maybe Kyrie was on the Shop. Maybe Kyrie was on the Shop and they didn't air it because of him posting that. So you're saying you don't condone hate. You don't stand for what he did. You don't like what he did. He was on the Shop. You didn't air that. So you're throwing him under the bus right here from what I'm able to see. And if I'm wrong, gotta let me know in the comments.
Out of the archives, because it was hate conversation going on there. And I don't represent that. There's no place in this world for it. Nobody can benefit from that. And I believe, what Kyrie did caused some harm to a lot of people.
What Kyrie did cause harm to a lot of people. That's what he says right here. So, again, you're throwing him under the bus. You're basically saying he's a bad person. He did something that was terrible. All for just posting a picture of a documentary and or book. That's it. That's all he did. And he gets this kind of treatment from his former teammate, LeBron. You know what? It could have just been easy to say, you know what? I'm all for love, and I think Kyrie is as well. I don't know about anything else, but that's my brother, and I love him. That could have been it right there. That could have been it.
And he has since, over the last, I think, today, or was it yesterday, he apologized. But he caused some harm, and I think it's unfortunate, but I don't stand on the position to harm people when it comes to your voice or your platform or anything. And so it doesn't matter what color your skin is, how tall you are, what position you are in. If you are promoting or soliciting or saying harmful things to any community that harm people, then I don't respect it. I don't.
So there you go. And he got a lot of negative kickback as a result of that particular statement. A lot of negative kickback. People were saying, hey, man, why are you tearing your former teammate apart? You throw him under the bus. Supposed to be all black, stick together, all this and that and the third. Look what you're doing to your man Kyrie. So I think as a result of that, he wants to try to make amends. That's my humble opinion. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm just putting things out there that are untrue. I'm just giving my opinion, though. What you see right there is what he said. I'm just giving you my 2 cents on what he said, my personal opinion. I think that he's been trying to make amends. He's been doing quite a bit of that on Twitter and whatnot, saying certain things to defend Kyrie after throwing him under the bus initially. And I could commend that, again, if he's going to be honest about it and say, hey, you know what, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that to Kyrie. Maybe I should have called him or whatever it is. He's trying to make amends. But as I close, I want to say this. I think what he said about Jerry Jones and that thing, the whole situation was correct. It's like, why aren't you asking me about that, but you're asking me about this? It's a correct thing. But I think he's coming to this realization after he did a thing that was wrong by throwing Kyrie under the bus. That's just my humble opinion, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what LeBron said here about Jerry Jones and about Kyrie Irving and the whole situation? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys pretty much know where I'm at. I think what LeBron said here was correct, but it was motivated by something else other than just being correct. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.